Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be looking at a console inside of an NES cartridge. I haven't actually made a video like this in a while. Usually one of the things I do on this channel is I go onto AliExpress and I go on eBay and I try and find cheap new consoles that China are bringing out and bring them over to you through the power of YouTube. So this is a console that I saw. I'm pretty excited to see what it's like. The box is surprisingly high quality for something that you see on AliExpress. I believe this was around about the $20 mark. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. So as you can see, it's called the ShellNES or ShellNES. I guess it's probably because of it's an NES inside the shell of an NES cartridge, so that's quite interesting. I like the graphic that they've put on there. You know, it's a real bit of time gone into that. It's quite cool. Classic family games, Mind Kids controller. It includes a console, an AV cable adapter, and 2 joysticks. A few little bits and bobs, ages 6+, made in China, if that wasn't obvious enough. Then we've got a layout of, I imagine, what the bottom of the cartridge is. Nothing on the bottom, and that's your lot. So let's get inside. I'm quite excited. So here is the cartridge / console itself. We'll have a look at that in just a moment, although this is really, really cool. Underneath here, we have the power adapter, the AV cable, and our 2 controllers. First impressions is the buttons feel great. Chinese consoles are now really nailing the controller buttons and the authentic classic feel, so that's definitely a plus. The start and select work great. Turbo button A and turbo button B, I guess is what these are at the top. Quite cool. I like the kind of smoky clear that they've gone for. Looks, you know, it's a little bit more original. They haven't just directly copied it, and it also matches the smoky clear of the cartridge. So really, really cool there. And there's 2 of those, and they're powered by USB. So the AV cable is your standard AV cable, and I imagine the power connector is just a, there we go, it's a mini USB or micro USB, sorry. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual console itself then. So it comes with this little protective sleeve. It's just a copy of the original Nintendo one that these cartridges came in. So it's quite nice of them to include that. Obviously, you can put your own NES Nintendo one on there if you wanted to. So here it is right here. It's got quite a nice weight to it. I really like how it's in the shape of a NES cartridge. I think that's quite a unique design and certainly will look different. I'm just having a look at where you power it. It's a shame that you power it on the front and not on the back or something like that, but hey ho, it will look nice on a shelf and it will slot in with all your other NES cartridges. So on the front of the console you have the AV out, the reset button, the joystick 1, joystick 2, mini USB, micro USB, sorry, and then you've got PAL NTSC. So you can, in order to, this is actually the on button, and then you can just choose whether you want it in PAL or NTSC, which is quite nice. So obviously I'm going to have it on PAL. Okay, and hopping right into a game, everything seems to play and look absolutely brilliant. I'm really, really surprised. Well, I guess not really surprised. For £20, things are getting better these days on AliExpress and stuff. It might look like the colours are slightly off. That's because I'm recording my television like a noob with my camera. But certainly, you know, this looks like it's going to be absolutely perfect and work fine. So really, really cool little thing for £20. What we'll do is we'll have a look at the other games. So there's a reset button on the front of the console, which is quite nice. Obviously, you've got a little bit of menu music, which is kind of standard on these things. So we've got lots of Adventure Islands, Batmans. If you skip to the back, then you can see there's Zelda at the bottom there. Just going through some names that you guys will definitely know. Some Snow Bros, Mario Bros, Robocop, Mega Man. We'll play a little bit of Mario Bros, obviously, because that's just the standard game which everybody wants to play. It doesn't have the Super Mario logo. A lot of ROMs these days aren't containing that, just to try and avoid copyright issues. Although I'm not sure how they'd be getting away with this because it's directly ripping off the ROMs. But here we go. No lag. Looks really, really nice and smooth. Really, really clean. Oh, yeah. If anything, it's running a little bit slow. I'm not sure if I selected the wrong region. It's running a tiny little bit slow. But it only seems to be on this one game, so don't let that be a judgment of every other game. So in conclusion, for $20, I think you're getting something that's really, really cool. This is a really unique design. I like that they've put it in a cartridge. I think it's just quite an adventurous way to sell a console. You know, they're not sticking it in a rip-off NES Mini or Super NES shell from the classic editions, you know. And also, as I mentioned before, I like the attention to detail on the smoky plastic. Consistency or continuity between both console and controller. Really, really nice. The stick is quite cool. They've obviously put in a little bit of work into designing this all, so therefore I think it's quite decent. For $20, I mean, you can't really complain. It's a nice little Christmas present. It's just a shame that the connectors come out of the front, really. That's just the biggest issue for me. If it came out of the side or the back, then it'd be fine, but then again, it is only a little kind of cheapy console just to play some quick games on. Definitely advise getting a CRT television, and apologies for having to just record the screen on my camera and not using some sort of capture card. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.